Welcome to college. I've got some advice here to share with you as you're going to meet a lot of new people and want to help you make some new friends. Uh, First things first, start with a simple introduction. Hi, I'm Ryan. I say hi, I'm Mike to anybody I meet. It's a great way just to start the conversation. And then there's kind of a three-step intro you can practice on, like, hi, I'm Ryan, and I ran track in high school. I'm an engineering major. And the three steps is and, but, therefore, and a little bit more about yourself. Then you want but, so something on the flip side that you're not interested in, you don't do, and then therefore, kind of like what your focus is. So like for me as a professional, I might say, hi, I'm Mike. I have previous experience as a Deloitte consultant, traveling sunglasses salesman, startup CEO, incubator program director, and adjunct professor. And I'm passionate about being relentlessly generous and enthusiastically fun force for good in the world, helping entrepreneurs buy back their freedom and time. But when my wife got pregnant with my son, I realized I couldn't be the change in the world alone and found myself at the forefront of the future of work during the Great Resignation era, which led me to be all in that the future of work is fractional. Therefore, I'm now the CEO of Malloy Industries, which creates more time and freedom for CEOs by giving their undesirable hats to fractional executives. It's kind of a three-step there. That's what I do it in a professional setting. I think even in college, making new friends, that end but therefore is really helpful. I also want to share a couple of resources that I teach. So I teach this startup internship seminar for Georgetown students, and there's a few modules in here. But in particular, in the networking module, there's some videos that you could watch. What I think is most useful is this book report on 92 ways to talk to anyone. Uh, and you can read through it instead of reading the whole book. It's literally 7 pages long and full of different ways to connect with people. And so the idea of smiling at people, hanging by your teeth every time you walk through a door, pretend there's a mouth guard there making you smile. So you enter a new room positively with that smile. Um, Another one of my favorites is kind of wearing like a what's it, or like something that sticks out. So like I used to wear funky sunglasses. People would comment and talk about it. It's a great way to start a conversation. Or if somebody invites you over to a party or even to go to the movies or something, talk about the person who organized it or invited you. Um, this one came in really handy in college, like never the naked city. And I went to school in Boston. So we talk about Boston, someone's from New York. I'd say, oh, my mom's from Wantagh, Long Island. We could connect over that. Someone's from Jersey. Oh, my dad's from Jersey. Someone's from Philly. Oh, my sister lives in Philly. Even if somebody was from Pittsburgh, at this point, I'd be like, oh, I went to a friend's wedding there one time. It was really fun. Obviously, I'm a Ravens guy, I'm not a big Pittsburgh guy. The key is that you don't want to bring negativity into it. You want to find commonalities and ways to connect with people. And so I'll share this. There's a lot of things in here that just like make it easier to make friends, connect with people, like parroting, kind of repeat back the last few words that somebody said. If you know somebody has a good story about something and you're in a group with other new people, ask them to tell that story. Um, and again, this is all kind of around like how to build relationships and basically talk to anybody. A couple other resources here about like your personal brand. You check some of these out. Your personal brand is really what people say about you when you're not in the room. And so how do you kind of do that both partially in a professional setting, but also making friends? And then as you're exploring in college, I want to introduce this Japanese word of ikigai, which is basically four questions in this Venn diagram of like, what do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? And what can you be paid for? And kind of when you get to the middle of that, you start to find your purpose and meaning in life. And so, along with kind of connecting with people, like asking other kids, like, hey, what's your favorite sports team? Uh, you know, um, and try to find some commonalities there. You can even support the local sports teams if they don't conflict, with your teams you're a fan of. Like I grew up an Orioles fan. Freshman year, the Red Sox was '04. They won the World Series for the first time. Ganging up on the Yankees was great. We all got along. We liked the Yankees. That was awesome. My senior year, the Red Sox, Patriots, everybody kept winning. A little bit more annoying. But for sure, like finding ways to connect there and like go to as many athletic events for your school, not just like the big football, basketball games, but like go to a women's basketball game or field hockey game or something like cheer them on. It can be a fun way to get to know other people at school. I would also encourage you to like explore off-campus excursions at least once a month with various different friend groups, go to different restaurants, shopping, go to sporting events, movies, concerts, hiking. just like not living in the college bubble, but seeing what's out there in the world. Another way to make new friends is by joining clubs and rec sports with, especially if there are upperclassmen involved in those clubs or sports. You make friends with students outside of your classes and major. Upperclassmen who maybe invite you to a party is not a bad thing to do either. And I'll even share that I got a job at Deloitte after college. The only reason I got that job was because in undergrad I was in the Association for Computing Machinery Club, which was a really nerdy computer science club. But there was a guy a year older than me, Mike Schuler, who uh, was like the president, and he used to host. And we'd get pizza and we'd have shots with Schuler, and we were buddies. He graduated, came back in September, spoke in one of my classes, and came after. Looked at me afterwards. I was like, Malloy, like you should apply for Deloitte. I was like, what's a Deloitte? I didn't know what I was going to do. But like he helped me get that first job, and even fast forward a few years later, when I was learning Waveborn, I went to California and visited another guy that was my major, a year older, who was in the Association for Computing Machinery Club. And his advice was to do a crowdfunding campaign. That was like one of the best pieces of advice I ever got. And so there's definitely value in finding ways through classes or clubs, or whether it's pickleball or ultimate frisbee or pick up basketball at the gym, like making friends with upperclassmen. And speaking of the gym, I would also encourage you to like get a workout routine and go with people that are stronger than you or perhaps smarter than you at working out. Like I didn't know much of anything about the gym when I was a college freshman, and learned a lot over the years about different exercises, machine sets to do. Um, and it's a nice way to like hang out with some guys, go work out, and then probably go get a meal of food at the dining hall afterwards. And so another piece of advice would be explore all of the dining halls across campus, the different meals they offer. Where can you find the best buffalo chicken wrap or cheesesteaks, paninis? I fell in love with like the seafood Fra Diavolo. And different places on campus probably serve different food at different times of the week. So figuring out what those schedules are, I'm like, oh yeah, Tuesdays, buffalo chicken day. Let's make sure we go there. Sophomore year, I took physics with Horchek, who was the best man at my wedding. We were physics lab partners, and so we do physics from 12 to 1 or whatever in the lab, and then we'd always get Mexican Tuesdays and we quesadillas, tacos, that sort of stuff. And that was kind of how we became such good friends. Um, in terms of work study jobs, would highly, highly recommend you see if there is an audio services or some other non-food related service job that you can get on campus so you can earn money and ideally get paid to do your homework. Like I worked, I think 8 to 12 hours a week in audio services, maybe 2 to 4 hours I was plugging in microphones around campus. The rest of the time I was just sitting at a desk in the office and I could do my homework. And that was a great setup. It wasn't very strenuous. If you're working in food service, you're on your feet the whole time. You're going to be very tired at the end of it and you will get none of your homework done. So would recommend audio services or another similar type of on-campus job. Um, Another thing that I made a mistake on freshman year, not mistake, but per se, but like I wish I had done differently is I showed up to campus with a Nintendo GameCube, which literally nobody else on my floor had. Everybody had an Xbox, and I never really learned the like Xbox controller, like how to play Halo. Missed out on a lot of that with the guys in college. So I would recommend learning other video game controllers or games, and even like if there's VR now, like how do you do stuff in headsets, like figure that out so you can be a part of it and um, throughout college, kind of hang out and play with your buddies. Would also recommend that you don't gossip. Don't hang out with people who are gossiping or being mean about other people. Um, and ideally, you form your own minds and be open-minded to those opinions of others. Or sorry, form your own opinions, be open-minded to those of others. Um, and find ways to stay connected to the folks from home. Sending a handwritten letter to girlfriends or best friends or family members once a month ish. It goes a long way to maintain those connections, show that you're caring and you're thinking about them. It doesn't have to be super long. It's just really nice to get mail, and I think you'll find too that you really like and appreciate when people send you mail. And would recommend that you save all your love letters, throw away your bank statements if you ever get those. But those handwritten letters are nice things to hang on to. Um, and if you haven't already, create a group chat with your buddies from high school and try to make it like active daily, send random updates about whatever's going on at everybody else's different college experience. Can definitely help overcome some of those homesick feelings that everybody's going to feel, like whether you went to school 10 minutes down the road or 10 hours down the road. Being homesick is part of freshman year, and it kind of ebbs and flows. And I think having ways to connect and talk to your friends from high school who know you better is very valuable. Um, Also, highly recommend going all out on Halloween costumes. It's a ton of fun. You might even want to get two or three costumes depending on where it falls in the week and get different things to go to on different days. But Halloween in college is definitely one of the most fun times there. And then I do have some like college freshman investing advice. So one of my Georgetown students a few years ago said, "Hey, Professor Malloy, I'm a freshman. I want to learn about investing. Like, what do you know?" And I was like, "I'm the best person to answer this." So I emailed a couple dozen of my like smart money guy friends that were working in finance things. All of this is their advice about money and like things I definitely didn't know as a freshman or even as a 25 or maybe even 30-year old about like how to be more financially responsible. So I will share this as well because I think that could help you start saving a little bit of money now, whether from summer jobs and work study jobs on campus, to just be more fiscally responsible. Don't max out credit cards. Don't even use credit cards if you can avoid it. Um, and would also recommend that you come home every chance you get. Especially if there are other friends coming home for homecoming or whatever. Even if it's just a 2 or 3 day weekend, it will go a long way to helping you overcome some of those homesick feelings that are inevitable freshman year. And if plane tickets are expensive or you're just not sure, should I come home or not? Ask your uncle for plane ticket money anytime. He's got plenty of it. You can sign up for frequent flyer accounts, earn miles on whatever the most popular airline is. And pro tip, like sit in the back right window seat. Um, and don't be in a rush to get off the plane. Like, everyone's like, oh, I gotta go. I got like you checked a bag. Everyone's gonna leave at the same time. Um, but yeah, that is at a high level, a lot of advice for getting started at freshman year of college. You're going to meet a lot of people, be open to it, um, explore different friend groups, have fun, and know that you're learning and growing, and everybody feels a little awkward and uncomfortable too. And that like 92 ways to talk to anyone is a great resource just to put some different things in your back pocket that you can try out in different social situations. I hope this helps. Take care.